My name is Maya, I'm 39 years old, and I've been married to Ethan, now 42, for over 15 years. Our marriage, for the most part, has been good. No dramatic fights, no betrayals. Except for one deep, quiet heartache that's followed us for years: infertility. We tried everything: fertility specialists, treatments, endless waiting, but nothing worked. Adoption crossed our minds, but the process in our state is long, expensive, and brutally invasive. We both worked full-time, and we weren't sure we could offer the time and care a child deserves. So, after a lot of late-night talks and quiet tears, we put the idea on hold. Around that time, Ethan and I started thinking, if we couldn't raise children of our own, maybe we could support the kids already in our lives. That's when we turned to Ethan's sister, Tracy, a 44-year-old single mom struggling to raise 3 kids on her own. Her ex, Derek, was a deadbeat alcoholic who barely paid child support. Tracy was drowning, working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. Her kids, Sophia, now 23, Brandon, 20, and Noah, 17, were decent kids, but their futures looked uncertain. We decided to step in. We offered to help pay for their education. It felt right, family helping family. Tracy was grateful. Sophia was especially appreciative, bright, driven, respectful. She went to college, graduated, and landed a solid job. She still calls to thank us sometimes. Brandon and Noah were still in school then, and everything seemed okay. Until Brandon graduated. When we asked about his college plans, like we did with Sophia, his answer stunned us. "I don't want to go to college. Just give me the money instead." I remember Ethan and I just blinking at him in disbelief. "Give you the money? What for?" Ethan asked. Brandon said, "To start a business." "What kind of business?" We pressed. His answer: "Something online." That was it. No plan, no research, no pitch. Just an entitled shrug like we were ATMs. We told him we'd think about it. But after a few weeks of pressure, texts, and attitude, the answer was obvious: no. We offered again to pay for college if he ever changed his mind. That should have been the end. But Brandon ran to Tracy and their mother, Elaine, crying about how we broke our promise. Suddenly we were the villains. Tracy and Elaine told us we needed to support his dreams. Ethan shut that down quickly. No plan, no money. Eventually, Brandon's business idea fizzled. No surprise. And shockingly, he came crawling back, asking us to pay for college. And we did. But things changed. He was cold, distant, ungrateful. And then came Noah's 17th birthday dinner, and the insult that changed everything. We went to Trace's house, unsure but trying to keep the peace. The moment we walked in, I could sense the tension. Brandon didn't speak to us. Noah barely acknowledged me. Then halfway through dinner, Noah looked straight at me and said, "How could Ethan even find you attractive? You're so old and ugly." Time stopped. I stared at him, shocked, humiliated. Ethan shot up from his chair. "What the hell did you just say?" "And you know what Tracy, Brandon, and Elaine did?" Laughed. Like it was a joke. Like my dignity didn't matter. Ethan demanded an apology. Noah just smirked. Tracy said, "Come on, it's his birthday." Elaine added, "People can have opinions." I couldn't take it. I told Tracy, "He's not a child, he's nearly grown." And this was cruel. When we tried to leave, Elaine grabbed my arm and told me I should know how to handle criticism from a kid. I yanked my arm free. "You've raised them to believe they can say whatever they want and still be rewarded," I said. But not anymore. We left that night with a firm decision: we were done. But of course, Tracy and Elaine showed up. At our home a week later. They claimed Noah felt bad, but of course, he wasn't there. They wanted us to pay for his tuition now that he was applying to college. I said flat out, "Not until Noah apologizes to me. In person." They couldn't believe it. Tracy cried. Elaine guilt-tripped. But Ethan and I didn't budge. Respect is a two-way street. We weren't rewarding rudeness. A couple of months passed, and we heard nothing. Then Brandon sent us an email. No apology, just a tuition payment link for Noah. Like we were nothing but wallets. We ignored it. Then came a call from Elaine. "Did you miss Brandon's email?" Ethan replied, Brandon who? I don't know him. Silence. Then came Tracy's panicked texts. I'll make them apologize. Please don't cut us off. We didn't respond. Days later, Tracy and Elaine showed up at our house, again. Tears, apologies, desperation. Ethan asked them, if they're so sorry, why aren't they here? No answer. That's when I snapped. You've let your boys grow up believing they can treat people however they want and still get rewarded. That's why they're like this. That's on you. Tracy started crying again. Ethan opened the door and said, it's time for you to go. We meant it. But they weren't done. Soon after, Ethan's grandfather turned 75. We debated attending, but Grandpa had always treated us kindly, so we went. At first, things were okay. Until I noticed Brandon and Noah whispering, staring at me, snickering. I tried to brush it off. Tried to focus on the celebration. But during the toast, I caught them laughing and pointing at my dress like schoolyard bullies. Enough was enough. After the toast, I walked up to them. What's so funny? I asked. They played dumb. You've been staring at me all night, I said. If you have something to say, say it. Brandon muttered something vile under his breath. They laughed. That was it. I stepped in, stared him down, and said, you think we owe you something? After everything we've done for your family, and this is how you treat me. Noah tried to backpedal. Brandon. He stood smug and defiant. Ethan came over. I told him everything, and he laid it out clearly. Apologize, or you'll never see a dime from us again. Noah mumbled something weak. Brandon stood silent. We walked away, and cut them off for good. No more money. No more conversations. No more chances. After that event, we blocked their numbers. When Tracy showed up at Ethan's work, he refused to see her. When Elaine texted, we ignored it. And then, something unexpected happened. Sophia, sweet, smart Sophia, sent me a message. She apologized for her family's behavior and told me she understood completely. She wasn't surprised by how things unfolded and said she supported us. She didn't ask for anything. Just offered kindness. It meant everything. She reminded me that not everyone raised in dysfunction becomes dysfunctional. And with that, we closed the door on the drama. For good. We may not have had children of our own, but we've learned a powerful truth: kindness must be matched with respect. And sometimes, the greatest lesson you can give someone is not giving them what they want. Because actions have consequences. And we are finally, free.